before we jump into the video today, it just struck me that having these kind of challenges that I'm having right now with things that are broken are so much less kind of devastating than they used to be. In fact, I think a lot of that has to do with all of the people, all of you out there, and all of the support that I know that if I'm really in a jam, that I can kind of put that out there, and I have a feeling that I'll be offered some help. And that is really calming for me. When I first started on the road, I was all alone, and I felt all alone. I really did. And had all these scenarios running through my mind, you know, the what ifs and all that kind of stuff. And it's just not like that anymore. Today is a great example of how I'm not letting this stuff get the best of me. Well, today's excitement, I was just out here using the bathroom and looked over and noticed that we have a flat tire. So this outside tire, I mean, it's very low. You see how bulged out it is? I wouldn't be surprised if the inside tire is what's holding the truck up and that this one is just totally flat. You know, I'll bet you. God dang it. I just called in town and I've made an appointment at the tire shop. Now, just by coincidence, I bought my front tires here, excuse me, here at a shop in town 2 years ago. Two seasons ago, winter, I was here. So those front tires are 2 years old. So I've called the shop, made an appointment for next Monday. What's today, Wednesday? So, and I don't really have anywhere I need to go between now and then. So let's say worst case scenario, I just drive it as it is, the 7 miles into town. And then I think what I want to do is get these back tires replaced. I think I've been riding on borrowed time for quite a while with these rear tires. These are the tires that were on the truck when I bought it 3 years ago. I think they were not in good shape then, and that was 3 years ago, and about 30,000 miles. So I know in my inside person, I would feel a lot better if I put new tires on the back of this truck. I don't remember exactly. I'd have to go and look at my credit card to see what I paid for those front tires. I think they were, I don't know. They were not cheap, but not super expensive, like 250 bucks each. These are 16-inch, 225, yeah, 225, 75 R16 load range E. Oops, sorry about that. Load range E for the extra weight with the firm sidewalls, I guess is what that means. You know, actually, like I can see, and I've been watching this for a while. To me, I don't know if it's picking up in the camera, but that looks like there's a broken belt. That's a dimple right there. And I've seen that for quite a while on this tire. And then on this side, this is the one that's in the worst shape. Now these were like this when I got it. This has been curbed many, many times. When this was an ambulance, you know, this is the passenger side, so right turns, curbing it, and there's a chunk missing here that's been rubber cemented back in, which I'm sure caught on a curb. And this one has several dimples in it. Next Monday I'm gonna go and I'm gonna see if we can't put 4 new tires on the back of this thing. I hope. That's a great start to the day. I'm gonna go take Lefty for a walk and put it out of my mind for right now. There's nothing I can do about it right now this minute. I know. Hey, that's enough. Okay, that's enough. He has been barking at every single thing that's moving today. So we have a new neighbor, and he's barking at him. I don't want to really point the camera at them, but they're not super close, but they're not super far either. All right, I've been out here the tire has gone tremendously flatter. I don't know if you can see how buckled out that is. So I've got my hubcap off. I'm going to call it a hubcap. It's called a wheel simulator. Actually, I'll put a link down. If you've got, really they sell them for all different models, but I'll put the link to my set specifically, which is for a Ford. I think they're about $200, and they really improve the look of the truck. Compare the shininess, right? Compare it to that. And I've seen a lot of rigs with just the steel wheels exposed. So anyways, I'll put a link down in the description for these. I also have them linked on my Amazon list. So these have been on with no problems for almost 3 years now. So I recommend them. Hey, Left, you're gonna have to stop, buddy. That's enough. Come on. Come on. Help me work on the truck. Would you want to go in? Okay. There you go. It's about time. Holding off on his breakfast, just like his old man. So I just spent a little bit of time rigging up an extended valve stem. So this is the one that I could never get to. So you can see it. I've put one of the angled adapters and then an extender on. So I can now actually put air into this outside tire. That has always been a real struggle, especially when you've got the wheel cover on there. It's next to impossible. So it is possible with the wheel cover off with a double-headed air chuck to get onto this valve stem, but because I'm going to be using the little mini compressor to try to get air in this just to get us into town to the tire shop, I wanted to put an extender on here so that I could get to it real easy. Because the little compressor Dottie loaned me, she actually has 2 compressors she brought down here yesterday. And, you know, they both just have a standard stem on them. They don't have the double-headed one, so I wouldn't be able to get onto that valve stem with the 2 compressors. So I just brought the compressors out here, and sure enough, the power cord on them is like 8 feet long. So the closest cigarette lighter adapter I have is up in the cab, well beyond the reach of both the compressors. I put them both out here and unraveled their power cords, and they're nowhere near close enough. And I said, wait a minute, I've got something that's going to work. So I went and pulled out my generator and to see if my max speeding rod's generator, because I thought it might have had a cigarette lighter adapter, and it doesn't. So I can't just bring my generator over here to power the air compressor to put air in the flat tire. But then I remembered I do have something that I think is going to work. This is going to save me today. Bluetti sent me this. This is their EB70. It's an 800 watt, kind of a mid-range as far as power output. It's not one of the big monster ones. But this has a cigarette lighter adapter on it, which I can plug in the air compressor to, because this is the length of the air compressor cable. Obviously not going to reach inside the rig to be able to plug this in. This is rated at 800 watt output, 1600 watt on the surge. Lithium ion based, obviously, batteries inside of it. USB outputs. You can charge from, it comes with a charger. You can plug into AC. It also comes with cables with MC4 solar panel connectors on it. So you can plug in any solar panel. You can plug that right in here to charge this thing. So you don't have to use a Bluetti specific solar panel to charge this up. It came with all of that cabling also. One thing that I thought was neat, because I'm kind of out of the loop on these, it's got a wireless charging output, a pad on top here, so you can lay your phone on there and charge your phone up wirelessly. Pretty cool. So let's see if this thing will work. So this is just how it came to me right out of the box. It has an 80% charge. We're going to plug this compressor in. There she goes. Let's see if we can get any air into this tire. I'm going to screw this right on here. It has a screw-on fitting. Let's see what happens. It's showing 20 pounds. So I'm going to let this run for a while and see if it's able to put any air in this tire. My appointment is in 4 days. No, not the camera. My appointment's in 4 days, so my plan is to do this the day before it's time to go into town, because it's an early morning appointment. And if we're able to get air in it and give me enough to take the 7 or 8 mile drive into town, I'll be happy. Without this thing, my next option was I was going to have to wire up and run a cigarette power adapter out here so that the compressor could plug into it. Hey. I have a feeling it's all just going to leak back out pretty quickly. That's why I want to do it right before it's time to go into town. If this only takes 20 minutes, I'll do it the morning that we're going into town, because my appointment's at 9 a.m. So I'd have to get up and get out here pretty early to get enough air into it to make the trip. So I can't believe it. It's actually working. Almost up to 60 pounds. That compressor is hot. Hot to the touch. It's working. The tire looks... This is actually working. I don't believe this. I just hope it doesn't cook the compressor. I mean, they're made to run, obviously, but this is a lot of air in a big tire. But it's doing it. And the Bluetti is powering this thing like a beast. Thank you, Bluetti, for sending this to me. You just saved my day. So I ran this thing up to 70 pounds. I don't hear any air escaping. I can't help but think that it's too much of a coincidence that I just happened to have been at the truck stop messing around trying to get air in this tire with that funny valve stem. And it's a rubber valve stem, and they're not supposed to be rubber on these heavy duty tires and vehicles. They're supposed to be the metal valve stems. And I had a valve stem go bad on one of my old front tires, and it was a rubber valve stem. And same thing, I just happened to have been sitting and all the air was leaking out of it. It got down to like 15 pounds. And I was able to find a tire shop right up the road about 1.5 miles away and zipped up there and had them replace the valve stem. I can't help but think that I was over at the truck stop and I'm messing with this thing, and that I fiddled with that valve stem enough to cause it to, you know, fail. And that's why the air leaked out. That's why I think this is going to leak out again. But now I know when I have my appointment coming up here that I can get this pumped up and get into town and get these tires and new valve stems and get this all straightened out finally. So thank you, Dottie, for letting me use your compressor. And again, Bluetti, right on time being here to plug this compressor into. I was racking my brain about how I was going to get this done. Piece of cake. Thanks everybody for being here with us. Everybody take care, be safe. We'll see y'all again really soon. You're gonna give me 2 minutes of quiet? Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Oh, laying in the shade, huh? That's a smart boy. You got eye booger. That's a smart boy. 'Cause it's warm. Look, everything that moves today, he's just all over it. Every sound of a vehicle. He's on the job, that's for dang sure. Okay. Here we go again. It's all in your head. It's all in your head. This is your input for plugging in your solar panel, and it does come with the cable for that. You've got USB outputs, USB-A, USB-C, and these are the 100-watt quick chargers here. You've got 12-volt, 10-amp barrel plugs. You've got a cigarette lighter 12-volt adapter, and then over here on the AC side, you've got 4 AC outlets, 2 of which have a dummy spot for your 3-pole plug. Then you've got, of course, a light. Holy smokes, I just blinded myself. Oh my gosh, shut that off. Oh my gosh, now I have a big spot in my vision. Oh my gosh. Oh, all I can see is the light. Wow, that is too bright. That was a dumb move, David. It's from Grandma. You want to see it? Come on. It's from Grandma. What is it? Huh? There you go. Get it. Get it. Oh my gosh, what kind of wrapping paper is this, Mom? Get it. What? Hmm? Get it. What is this, like plastic wrapping paper? It doesn't tear. Oh, yeah, it does. What is it? Get it. Get it, lad. Get it. That's one way to do it. It's not fragile, is it? Get it, buddy. That is some wrapping paper there. What? What is it? Huh? Get it? You want some help? Oh, there you go. America's vet dogs. Oh, it's got a squeaker. Hold on. Get this up of here. What? Get it. Good boy. Get it, left. It's supposed to withstand the chewing. There you go. Get it. Is it your toy? Huh? Is it your toy? Get it. Oh, you just want those tags, huh? You want those tags? Huh? What? What is it? Oh. Oh no. Oh no. She's had enough. She's not interested in your... She don't want to play your games, man.